Ladies and gentlemen, it is Porsche Cup. Let's go. In the nick of time I'm here. In the nick of time I'm here. Remember, Porsche Cup every Friday. We're on to round 7 of the season, and we are at Bathurst Mount Panorama circuit in Australia. We stay at the Eastern Hemisphere. And for Brad here, it's a good chance for him to right his wrongs, and to right his wrongs in a big way. He's at home this time. We saw Suzuka. He really should have won that race, and it got stolen from him at the last second. But here we are, Mount Panorama qualifying about to start. 2-part qualifying for this one. First qualifying session, 15 minutes in length, and then the second qualifying session will begin. What's going on here? Here we go, qualifying now, beginning. And Lightning's left for some reason. He's packed his bags. He couldn't hack it. Last thinking, he's back in the game. He's back on the track. It's going to be some performance, but it doesn't appear to be going that way for the former GCOR world champion. He's back in now. I wonder what's going to happen. Will they restart it? Yeah, he's definitely going to hope so. So, Mount Panorama, again we see driver H leading the line. Damien as well as Icon, who'll be keen to prove his pace and prove his speed in this Porsche Cup round. You see many a driver really prove themselves in this series. On a weekly basis we see drivers put the GCOR on notice, and that's a big incident there. I think Damien, he's stalled, he slowed down the centre of the track, and then the drivers trying to avoid him and they've gone off. I believe Finizio was one of them. Maybe not Finizio, but there were definitely drivers there that, yeah, Panam was one of them. And he's clearly not happy on the radio. The championship leader, Panam, they took victory last week at Suzuka. So, once again, everybody just finishing their outlap. Mount Panorama, very difficult to overtake at this circuit, especially in these Porsches, these Group 3 cars. So qualifying is going to be essential. You have to get it right over one lap. Qualifying even more important now in these first 15 minutes, as only the fastest 6 drivers will go through to Q2. Give me 1 second. Let me turn up my microphone volume. Oh, it's already at max. It's already at max. So driver is now starting his lap. Icon is behind him. Then it's Brad, the home hero. Can he go one better than what he did? Well, 2 better really, because he finished 3rd at Suzuka. He really should have won that race though. I don't think he'll leave behind him. But I hear that livery. That's a very nice tribute livery. Some of the legends of the Bathurst 1000 with that PureTech car. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Marcus Ambrose used to drive a similar themed livery. Icon has hit the wall as he progresses through. You look at driver H though, on his way. The winner in Catalonia didn't have the best race in Suzuka, but recovered well to finish 4th. Driver H is also in this championship fight with Panam. It'll be interesting to see which of those guys can get through. If any of them can. Hopefully both of them do, but once again, 15 minutes, you've got to be on the ball right away, because one wrong move and not only is your current lap going to be, off timing, but then your next laps will be as well, because of the damage you might sustain hitting the barriers. It's going to be costly. Not only the present, there's the future, as Lightning is pressing driver H to restart the session. He's going to be kicking himself that he missed this qualifying. But we know Lightning, he's got the ability to climb and carve his way through the field. So even if he doesn't qualify, he'll still likely finish well. You know, Lightning, he needs no introduction. GCOR World Champion in Season 2. Pushed this man right here to his absolute limit. And driver H now coming across the line. Benchmark time is a 2:05.9. Icon has gone into the pit, so Brad is next up, and Brad has gone 2:04.4. So Brad a lot quicker, and I've missed out Bowley's time. Vinicio just slower. Now everybody coming to the line. What kind of times is everybody setting? You continue on, and driver H's time is being eclipsed by everyone here. Rawscope next up. The man who took pole in Catalunya. Where does he? Oh, he's way for. He's way slower, but we've still got other drivers. Monaco next up. Where does he put the car? Third position. You continue looking. Yokos next up. This looks good here. It's P3 for Yokos. What about the other drivers? Still more to complete their laps. Andreo goes to P10. And now here comes Panam. Championship leader across the line. And it's 2:03.8, 6/10 to the good. Is Panam. Damien's lap is good enough for 10th. And that's everybody's laps done. Driver H still going on his second attempt. So driver H, and Brad is behind him. Certain drivers have gone into the pits, they've already decided. I like to save it for the second run. We've reached the third, we passed 1/3 of the session, so I believe everyone's going to get really 3 good runs. Driver H is improving on this lap, so expect him to be climbing up the ranks, especially this circuit, Mount Panorama. Top 6 go through, so he needs to be in that top 6. Right into the pits. Here comes driver H. Second in the championship. This is essential that he goes and does well in this. He's got to P2. That's a good lap from driver H when he needed it the most. Bally coming across the line. Finizio is also coming. I don't think Bally's going to improve. What's Finizio going to do here? Finizio goes to third. So Finizio a little bit more safe. What about Matt? He's not safe in the slightest. 3/10 slower this lap. Here comes Chubby to the line. He's currently 11th. He needs to get into that top 6. And he's not going to get into the top 6. Only 10th. I think Interceptor made it in though. He's in 5th. Here comes Monaco. And Monaco goes to 5th now. So Interceptor on the brink of elimination. Yokos is on the outside looking in. And he dips into the pits. Won't be able to improve on this occasion. We've still got time left. But the pressure is beginning to increase. Andrea's going to the pits. So it's Panam, who's already safe, I feel. Does he improve? He does improve to 2:03.5. So Panam extending the gap again to driver H, 6/10 of a second. And no one else has entered the 2:03s yet, so Panam got a nice little gap there. Does he play it safe? He's still got Q2 after this. So it's a question of, you know, do you play this one safe or do you take those risks? Do you keep pushing on? Because if I was Panam, I'm having a little bit of a relaxation, chilling out, and then Q2 it's time to really drive the car. Does driver H go into the pits? I don't think he is going, he is going. So driver H does enter the pits then. What about Finizio? Surely these guys are going to pit. I don't see a reason why you would stay out. Oh, Finizio is staying out. Maybe he's onto something. Power down the exit. Here we go. Finizio isn't good enough to take top spot here. He goes ahead of driver H. So that's second position belonging to him. intercepted into the pits. Bradley's on his outlap, so this will not count for him. Everyone else really on their outlap. Damien is doing his first push lap. Here comes Roscoe. In 13th position at the moment. He needs a lap to get himself out of the bottom of the field. And Roscoe goes to 10th. It's encouraging, but it's not going to be enough at the moment. I think Icon is safe now. He's pushed himself to 4th. So that's pushed Interceptor down into the bottom, well, the bottom 8, I should say, out of the top 6. Brad's hit the wall there, and in 5th position is how he's around what, a quarter second. It's a safety, but is that enough? You can't really be complacent when you're in these scenarios here. Look at more laps being set. Damien's gone with a 2:05. Any more laps being set? Not really. Not really. You look to Brad here. Has him hitting the wall? Has that cost him? He looks fast. He looks really fast, you know. Can he go into the 2:03s here? Oh boy, he can. Brad to 2nd. So he's just behind Panam now. And it's now Icon who's on the brink of relegation at that top 6. No, it's not. It's Monaco. But nevertheless, Icon's position is quite precarious. Here is Icon now, as we're seeing him. I'm trying to see. Bradley's on a push like he's only 9th though. It's not going to be enough. As of yet, still 4 minutes left in the session. Here comes Icon to the line. He's got pace here. It looks good and it's good enough to go fastest. 2:03.2. Talk about putting in the shift when you need it, and that surely secured him safety. Big impact when it was required. Here comes Jocas. I don't think this lap is going to be quick enough, but you don't know until you find out, until he crosses the line. I don't think this is going to be enough, you know. Yeah, it's not enough. The brink for safety now, it's got to be what, around a 2:04, like a mid-range 2:04. Who's quite an outlap, a push lap, sorry, driver H is on a fast lap now. 5th position, it's not as safe as you'd like to be. Ideally, you need to get into 2:03s if you want to secure your safety. If it's up by half a second on his best, this is promising for driver H. He's looking into the top 3 here. Got a 2:04.1 as his best lap. Here comes driver H. Second in the championship. He needs to start performing if he wants to fight for this come season's end. Driver H now across the line. Is it good enough? It's P3. It's good. It's good. It's very promising. Jocas has lost it there. At a crucial point in the track, he's managed to get it going. But has that cost him? Chubby is another who also needs a lap. Top 6 to go through. Kicks on a little bit of grass. Is it good enough? It's not. Stays 9th. Only a little bit of time left. Oh, Bally's hit the wall. And surely that's it. That's got to be it for him now. That's going to see him out at the first part of qualifying. Damien's going to need a lap. He's going to get another chance. Final minute before the flag starts flying for Q1. Only top 6 go through, so drivers outside the top 6 are going to be really pushing it now. Damien across the line. Oh, it's P8. It's not far away. It's not far away at all. He just needs a bit more. Around 4/10 and he's good. Chubby is stalled. So I'm assuming Chubby is not going to go any further. Bally could make it here. I don't think he's going to make it actually. Nevertheless, he comes to Vinizio. He's 5th at the moment, but he needs to push further for more safety, because 5th position, that might not be enough. Here becomes Vinizio. Can he get to the 203s? He just about squeaks his way into it, but he's still 5th. Well, a lot of these guys are in the pits. Roscoe is the last one really. Roscoe 13th. It's a far cry from pole in Catalonia. Brad has set a 203, so Brad should be safe. Here comes Roscoe to the line. He's kicked up the grass, but is this good enough here? I don't think it is. It's 10th, but it's not going to be enough to secure survival. So the top 6 is done and dusted. I believe it is. Andreo is next up actually. Andreo's the last one. Can he do it here? I don't think he can. He's on quite a decent lap here. No, he's not going to be able to. So the top 6 is confirmed then. Icon, Panam, Driver H, Brad, Finizio and Monaco are through to the second part of qualifying. Interceptor just missing out by 2/10. Damien in 8th. Jokos, Roscoe, Chubby, Bali, Mac and Andreo falling short. So 5 minutes we will decide who and in what order the front 3 rows will be. Mount Panorama. This is going to be a really tough challenge. 30 minutes of endurance and just not making mistakes. So qualifying is going to be essential here, and these 6 drivers have put themselves in the best possible position. Driver H is returning to the pits to end his qualifying. P3, it's good. Secure his survival. Hold on a second. You join. My fellow commentator, Chaconas. Yes, Chick, what's going on, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. Obviously, qualifying just concluded the first part of qualifying. We still got Q2 to go.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Can the chat hear me?
Let me ask. Chat, can you guys hear Chick? If you have to hear Chick, put like a 1 in the chat, or just say you can't hear him.
Yeah. Hopefully chat can hear me as well.
In the meantime, look at the top 6. So Icon, Panam, Driver H, Brad, Finizio and Monaco making it through. It really had to be in the 203s or just a low 204 to get through, and those 6 able to do it there and assure themselves a chance of standing on pole position.
Genius. I haven't been watching your stream, but would you like to tell the audience how the Q1 Q2 format is going to work today?
Oh yeah, so as we've seen, we just had Q1 today, and Q2 is going to take place in a couple of minutes time, and it's going to involve the top 6 drivers that you see here. They've set the fastest times, and they are able to compete in the last 5 minutes of Q2 to determine who is going to sit on pole, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and determine the front 3 rows of the grid. About to find out now. This is going to be one of the most tense qualifying sessions of the season, because Mount Panorama, you can't really overtake at this track, so the start is going to matter. It's really going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the GCOR GT days, man, around Bathurst, I mean, there's literally only, I'd probably say, 2 overtaking spots. That's into turn 3, and that's obviously the second one being into, you know, the high-speed chicane towards the end of the lap.
Yeah.
So, those are the only overtaking opportunities around this circuit. Apart from that, this place is almost like Monaco. Very, very similar to Monaco. Very tight, very twisty. Literally. And you've got to be right on the edge in order to, you know, get your fastest lap and to, you know, do as well as possible. Literally,
I've asked many drivers over the years about this track, and I've asked them, how do you do it at this track? And they all say the same thing, that the only real way to overtake here is just to rely on other drivers to make mistakes. But in a series like this, you know, the top drivers, they don't really make mistakes very often, so qualifying is going to be even more important. You have to be starting at the front to have a chance of victory here.
Nah, most definitely. I mean, I remember the times when I used to win races back in, obviously, GCOR Gen 2 era, driving this very car, in fact, back when it was fast. I was literally just relying on drivers' mistakes. I mean, I remember Skip Pratt made a mistake in season 2, and then I remember, I think it was you actually who made a mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was me still. It was me still.
I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to bring that up.
It's a good example, though. Mistakes can cost you. Mistakes can cost you.
No, most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Hold on.
Series too much, but by the looks of things, I'd probably be saying, who do I say for pole position, man? I'll probably say it's between Brad, Driver H, and Monaco. What about you, Genius? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I would have said.
Who would you say for pole?
Well, based off of the early qualifying performance, I think based off of we saw the results. I don't know. I think Panam is in the best form at the moment. He's in extremely good form. You know, recent win in Suzuka last week, and obviously the winner of the Group 1 class at Le Mans 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, true. I remember watching that stream, to be fair. Yeah, when you say it like that.
Really good form. He's in.
And
really
also,
good form.
this is well, some people consider this to be one of the bigger races. You know, almost like a crown jewel type of thing. So obviously, I mean, Panam has already managed to bag the actual crown jewel, one of the 3, in the Le Mans Grand Prix win. Yeah. But I think, you know, this race is a similar one. I mean, it's going to be a long, hard race. I know it's only 30 minutes long, but the concentration you need around this circuit, it's going to be immense, man. And especially when the sun starts, you know, going over the hills, when it starts setting, that's when the real drivers are going to come out. Who's the bravest out of the lot? I mean, they're all driving the same car. You get me?
Exactly. It's the skill that separates these guys.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So we've got the Q2 about to get underway. As you see, the fastest 6, the only ones ready up because they are going to be doing battle at Bathurst here. Let's get going. Who are we on board with? Let's see.
Oops.
So just beginning, and as we see, Panam,
he's out first.
He's out first. Driver H following closely behind these 2 rivals in the championship as we near the season's end.
Genius.
Yeah.
Do you think Slipstream is going to play its role today? Do you think anyone's going to be trying to take the Slipstream? Because obviously through the chicanes and through the middle sector, there's going to be a lot of dirty air. Do you think the risk versus reward is worth it, or what?
Well, I don't know really. We're seeing a bit of these games being played already, as you see Driver H letting Brad through. Maybe he could be looking for the slipstream. He might be looking to see what kind of line he's running, possibly. But I believe, down the straight there's a lot to be gained with the slipstream, and you know, I feel like with the consistency, if you're just consistent through the tight sections, you can gain your advantage back with the slipstream. But obviously, it's going to be very, very unpopular in this Q2 session. You only got 5 minutes. That's basically 2 laps. So
yeah, exactly.
You've got to be making it work immediately. It's hunt or be hunted, pretty much.
I mean, the thing is, if someone makes a mistake in front of you and you're trying to take a slipstream, your lap's done. That's one of your 2 laps cooked.
Actually, Drive H hit the wall. Drive H hit the wall there, so that's gonna time penalty.
Yeah, time penalty.
He's into the pits. He's restarting.
Quick thinking from Driver H. Quick thinking, I must say.
But how much time has he lost from that? He might have lost a whole lap there, more or less. But nevertheless, he's got to think quick when you're in Q2, because you know, he's still got another chance at this early stage. If he's lucky that happened that early, to be fair.
Yeah, no, most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Panam just concluding his lap now, his out lap. He's got to focus, but Brad is right behind him. That's gonna mentally affect you, surely. You see a driver just right behind you like that.
I mean, if I'm Panam, honestly speaking, I'm backing off. I'm backing off. No, Brad's backing off anyway, but Brad wants that slipstream. He wants that slipstream going into turn 2.
I don't think
Let's see what they can do.
I don't think he's close enough to get it here. He's gonna have to watch from a distance.
It's gonna be an effect. It's gonna be an effect. Maybe just slightly, but already this track is so long and it literally destroys your tires. I mean, if you look at it, Panam's tires, Brad's tires, they're already beginning to wear.
You have a good point there. This might be their only chance.
Panam now through turn 2. How close does he dare get to the wall? Not very. I thought he'd use more track. Look at Brad. Brad uses all of the track. Exactly. Panam, I don't know. Is he racing with fear? Maybe what Panam's trying to do is take a banker lap. You get me? A banker lap. A safe lap. Get on the board. Exactly. And then go on from there. Because if you jam this lap, if you end up in the wall, then that's it. That's your qualifying over. So maybe Panam's just trying to build himself into this qualifying. You know, first lap might not be his best, but it'll be a safety tapper lap. You get me? At least he's got something.
That makes sense. You see Brad on the other hand, he is pushing to the limit already.
Brad is throwing that thing around. The gap looks small, but this is a very tricky chicane on the brakes. Oh, Brad's had a little moment. But it's good.
He's driving his heart out. If you remember last week, the heartbreaking experience last week at Suzuka, the win was his. And it was snapped from him in the last lap. And now he's at his home track, his home crowd, his home fans backing him.
They're all backing him, man.
He's really driving the wheels off this car.
Genius, sorry to interrupt you. This is where the slipstream is going to come in effect. Brad's going to get an immense slipstream down here, man. It doesn't look like he's closing much, but it's going to be playing its part. It's definitely going to be a factor. How late do you dare break into this corner? Brad misses the apex. I think Brad set a better lap than Panam. What about you, man?
I don't know. About to find out, though. Final corner for both drivers. Here comes Panam across the line. What is the benchmark time for these 6 drivers?
The benchmark.
Here we go. Panam across the line. 2:04.2. Brad across the line. 2:03.6.
Brad at his home track.
Advantage Brad. What about the rest of the drivers? Vinizio to second.
Oh,
Icon is next.
Second. Icon's next.
Here he comes to the final corner. He was fastest in Q1. What about Q2? He's way off the pace. He's way off the pace, but he's got one more lap to right the wrongs that he set in this lap. He must have made a mistake somewhere. Here comes Monaco, though. He hasn't made many mistakes. Across the line, it's a 2:05, though. It's not good enough. He's got another try.
It's a safety, yeah. But Brad's really pushing once again, man. He's pushing once again. But these tires are going to be worn. Genius, these tires are going to be worn now on their second lap.
It's true.
It's all or nothing now.
Ooh,
look at Brad! He's really getting close to that wall, man.
I think Brad might have tagged the wall there.
Wow! This guy's thrown everything at it, man. And obviously, when you experience heartbreak like last week, you just want to turn that into energy. Like, heartbreak does one of 2 things. Either it kills you. It kills your mentality, it kills your championship run. We've seen many instances in the past where one bad race has just killed everything. Look at Sebastian Vettel. His career got finished after Hockenheim 2018.
It's true.
But it can also light a little fire in you. It can ignite something in you. It can unleash that lion in you, you know. And I think that's what Brad's trying to do here.
You can definitely see it. He's bringing
He's faster. He's faster. It's purple. It's purple. 3 tenths up. Going into the final chicane.
Can Pan Am reply? I don't think he can. Brad has really closed that gap.
Brad is flying.
He's absolutely flying. Let's look at Pan Am first. Final corner, last chance. Everything on the line here. Does he improve? Pan Am across the line, championship leader, 2:03.1. That's the lap. And he's just beaten him. Brad has just beaten him there. What about Vinicio? Vinicio stays in third position.
Vinicio, P3. Oh, Brad, what a lap! What?
Oh, the icon has gone off.
What a lap!
And everyone else, they're not completing their laps.
Yeah, no, that's pole. That's pole
Brad
for
has taken
Brad.
pole.
What a lap!
What a lap from the Australian.
Wow.
And he sends the home crowd into raptures.
Wow.
He just about edges out Pan Am.
Genius, that's how you bounce back. That's how you bounce back.
That is.
That's how you bounce back, man. Jeez. What a lap. You can see him pushing. Fair play to Pan Am, man. Fair play getting that close to Brad, because Brad's been flying. He was flying. And bear in mind, Brad had the slipstream as well. Maybe if roles were reversed, who knows? Maybe it'd be the German on pole position.
It's true, it's true. But Brad really put the effort in when it mattered there. He sent a clear message in that first lap that he was not here to play at all. But Pan Am, he pushed hard, but he was beaten this time by Brad. The roles reversed from last week. Obviously, Pan Am beating out Brad in Suzuka, but this time it's Brad who gets the one-up on the German. What a lap.
That was impressive, man. You could see Brad throwing that Porsche everywhere, man. And Pan Am, I mean, the way Pan Am goes about his racing, or at least here around Bathurst, you know, is like, he doesn't use as much of the track as Brad, but he's still able to, like, get pretty much the maximum out of that car. We saw it together, coming out of, I think it was turn 2, you know, coming out of turn 2. Brad used all of the curb, pretty much kissing the wall. But then Pan Am, he, you know, a couple, maybe a car length towards between himself and the wall, you know.
Well, top 6 confirmed now. It's set in stone. Brad has taken pole, 2:03.1, followed by Pan Am in second, Vinicio third, Driver H, Monaco and Icon rounded at top 6. We are done for qualifying. It's now half an hour of straight racing around Mount Panorama circuit. Well, goodness me. Well, you were talking about Pan Am's driving style. I feel like that's going to help him in the race a lot. The fact that he can play it safe, but he still managed to extract pace from the car. That shows that he's not very likely to make mistakes. And if you know Pan Am, he's a very consistent driver. He doesn't really make mistakes at all. So that's going to help him a lot, I feel, when it comes to possibly winning this race and extending that gap in the championship. Obviously, you see drivers around him. Driver H, they didn't really qualify as well as he might have thought he did.
It wasn't his best day, was it? It wasn't his best day.
P4, he could have, I think he would have liked to have been closer to Pan Am on this occasion, but nevertheless, it's a good place to be. You're ready to just prey on mistakes. But here we go now. I'm expecting carnage into turn 1, but hopefully we get, you know, a clean start, a clean getaway.
I mean, Genius, who do you think is gonna win this race today, man?
I mean, it depends, man. It depends on how it plays out. I personally think that Pan Am is the favourite to win this race, just based off of his consistent style. But I think Brad could definitely spoil the party here. Or maybe someone further down the pack could get lucky. For example, if a red flag or some other circumstance occurs.
Yeah, I mean, Brad put an unbelievable lap. But I think if he's going to have to beat Pan Am, he's going to have to push that hard in the race. And as you've said on multiple occasions today, pushing that hard round Bathurst ends in a mistake at some point. You get me?
Yeah.
Ends in some sort of, you know, negative event happening. So I'd probably say Pan Am as well. I'd probably say Pan Am. The fact that he didn't have to push that card so hard, as you said, but managed to get so close to Brad. Also, I think in terms of tyres, Pan Am's got the advantage, you know, because Brad was really throwing that car around. I mean, who knows, maybe he might change his driving now that he's got pole position. if he can get a good start, then he'll begin to, you know, he'll have the chance to control the race from there.
But if we're talking about,
just saying,
hold on a minute. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, overall, I'm just saying overall, I think Pan Am in terms of tyre wear, I think he's got a little bit of an advantage there as well. So I'd say Pan Am.
But we've talked about tyre wear. We've got to talk about, I think, the driver with the best tyre management in the whole field, and that's driver H. You see the strategy calls that he makes. It's so vastly different from anybody else. He tends to, obviously, with the Porsche Cup, 30 minutes, you have to make one pit stop. Usually drivers starting on the soft tyre and then transition it onto the medium tyre or some sort of longer term tyre to see at the end of the race. But driver H will go into the softs at the end, and he somehow manages to keep his pace up. You expect him to start dropping off towards the last stage of the race, but he's still up there fighting, and it just shows you that his time management is just at next level. So, especially with this track, strategy is going to be a big, is going to be of a big effect in this race. So I think with driver H and his time management, he could definitely play more cards. He has more cards to play when it comes to the strategy side. That might help him in achieving a good finish today.
Yeah, most definitely, especially around Bathurst. It's one of the longer tracks on the calendar, so the undercut's definitely going to be very, very powerful, you know, with the length of this circuit. So obviously the better condition you can keep the tyres in, the higher chance you have.
Yeah. Here we go then. This race is about to kick off. It's about to commence. 14 drivers eager to race, eager to go and do battle.
Oh, this should be a good one, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, man.
It's not just about a long-term game, though. It's about survival, especially into the early corners, turn 1, turn 2. You know, this many cars in such close proximity at such a narrow circuit is not really much margin for error. And we see the GCOR GT many times. Remember season 2 at Bathurst, there was a lot of carnage in the first corner.
I know.
You remember that? I think it ruined a lot of people's races.
Tell me about it. Yo.
First-hand anecdote, you know, anecdote from myself. But yeah. So let's see if that manifests itself here today, as the race is about to start. Cars are on the grid now.
Yeah, here we go, man. Here we go, man. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So Brad starting on pole, Pan Am alongside him, Finizio, driver H. Here come the lights, they're about to be turned on, and the race about to begin. All 14 of these drivers, they come here to do battle. The 5 red lights are off and we're underway in the Porsche car. And he's not got a good start, but I don't think Pan Am has either. Brad's going to defend it to turn 1, and we look behind, Finizio on the inside of Pan Am. As he got the position, they're side by side, but Brad is in the lead. Driver H also waiting behind, trying to see if he could gain any advantage, but Pan Am, I think driver H is pushing him forward, and that's going to help him. But here comes Pan Am now on the outside, trying to get the lead for Brad. Can he make the move here? He's just like swing round the outside. He's gone wide. He's gone wide, and Finizio.
It's a long race.
Finizio is taking second, driver H up to third, and Pan Am's down to 6th here. He's lost a whole lot of position.
He's fading.
Icon gaining Monaco 5th now. Pan Am is in 6th, but look at all the cars behind him. Rawscope has got up to 7th here. I think he started 10th. It's just
good stuff from Rawscope, as always, man, as always.
And look at this, Finizio taking the lead from Brad.
Yeah.
So Brad caught napping there. Finizio into the lead. Driver H now beginning to predate the Australian. And both the top 2 making mistakes here. We're just going backwards.
Just a little side note, Genius. Everyone's on softs, apart from Monaco and Damien, who are on mediums. So I thought I'd let you know.
That'd be interesting then, looking at the long-term game. Monaco needs to try and stay with his top 4.
But Pan Am's really hurt himself now because he's at risk of falling into the mid-pack. That was a very unnecessary move, you know, from Pan Am. I mean, obviously it's tempting, but think about the championship, think about the rest of the race.
Here comes
now
Brad
he's falling down. But anyways, the battle for the lead. Brad is going to take the lead.
Brad takes the lead. Can Finizio do anything? He's going to try it. Of course he's going to try it. But
no,
Brad
he backs off. He backs off. Really, he's going to try to do the up and under.
But there comes driver H as well, so he has to watch about defense as well as attack. Does he think about it here?
He's gonna do it. No, he's sensible about it. He's sensible about it.
But you've got to watch out for Driver H behind. Driver H extremely aggressive. You know he will go down the inside if he sees the opportunity. But I don't think he's close enough either.
Further back, Interceptor is fighting with Monaco. Monaco's got the inside line.
I think he holds on to that
close,
one.
but Monaco's got him. Monaco's got him.
Yeah, good move.
On the medium tyres, I mean, that's a bit of a surprise to be fair. The mediums are beginning to switch on.
It's a big message
we'll have
in
to
terms of
see.
strategy.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about Panam's attempt for the lead? Because now he's running in P8.
I mean, honestly, you couldn't really blame him, to be fair. His hand was kind of forced because you had Driver H behind, you had Finizio behind, and Brad has gone wide. Brad lost the lead. Brad lost the lead there. Was he in the lead? No, he was, he was in the lead.
Yeah.
So he's lost it. And now look at this Driver H all over the back. Does he make a move here? I don't think it's...
It's tempting.
It's tempting, but I don't think it's worth it. It's a long race, as you said once again. Panam's mistake, how much does it cost him? Does Driver H make the same error? I don't think he does.
It's so tempting, and as you said, you can't really blame him. But it's one of those things, just back off. Even if you lose out, you know, to a P2 and end up being P3, it's better than being in P7 where Panam is right now. You get me?
Of course.
At least you're still with the front. When you get into that midfield pack, there's such a high chance of getting damage. I mean, he's got damage right now. He's got rear damage as we speak. Panam. So that's definitely going to be affecting his downforce, especially through the middle sector.
And we'll talk about the pit stop as well. That's going to add time to his stop.
Exactly. Just because of that move.
It will hurt his chances of getting to the front.
Obviously, we're all race car drivers, you know. We're all going to be tempted to make that move, but it's always the smart ones, you know, the champions. And I'm not saying he's not smart. I mean, he's leading the championship. But in that situation, I think he should have just backed off or played it safe, you know. He should have played it safe.
No, 100%. 100%.
I mean, as we've seen, Brad's made a mistake. Finizio is leading. Talking about Brad and Finizio, they're going side by side.
Here comes Brad to the inside. The lead is up for grabs, and Brad's back on the inside.
Oh, they touched! They touched!
But Brad survives. Brad survives. So Brad's regained the lead, then he's managed to reel Finizio back in and retake the lead. It's not over yet, though. Slipstream down this straight is crazy. But Brad holding on. Finizio's cut into his advantage there, though.
And there's Brad taking his famous line as well, taking as much of the track as possible.
It seems to have hurt him there, though. He's having to drive a bit more defensively now, because look at Finizio right behind him once again.
He's driving well, though, Brad.
He is.
Good defense, I must say. Oh, he touches the wall there. No, don't send it through
Unbelievable!
And he's got damage! He's got damage at the front, he's got damage at the rear! He's fading as well!
Oh no! And he was a passenger in that. He was a complete passenger in that. Nothing he could have done. Nothing he could have done there.
That's a shame.
But then again, could you blame Finizio for making that move? Not really.
No, you can't. I mean, as I said, we're all race car drivers, man. And to be fair enough to Finizio, he's leading the race again.
Exactly.
He doesn't care what's happened to driver H.
He's tagged the wall there, though.
He's leading the race.
Brad's back on the inside. Or the outside, he's just picking his move. I don't think
and Brad.
Oh, he's trying to just find a way past, and here we go. He needs to commit to something. I think he's committed to the inside.
Yeah, do you think he's going to send it? Do you think he's going to send it? Surely not. Surely not.
Here he goes.
Just like Daniel Ricciardo, latest of late breakers. No, not this time. Not this time.
Good work, Finizio. He respected it, and he still managed to hang on.
You see, I like watching good racing, but tire-wise, their tires are going to be very, very low. I mean, Brad's tires are in worse condition compared to Finizio as he makes a mistake there. Brad's all over him. He's got the inside line. This is literally a replay of last lap. Inside line, breaks a little bit once again, and Brad takes P1 as driver H boxes. Obviously, he's got damage at the front, damage at the rear, and damage on the right tire.
Well, we talk about the championship now. Obviously, driver H was a really good position right there with Panam so far down. But obviously now, it's all gone left for driver H. He just pits immediately to mitigate the damage. Hopefully, I think he's going to try and... I think his battle now is with Panam. It's not really with the race win. It's just trying to beat Panam and close the gap down.
He's got to be smart here. But what tyres do you pick, man? What tyres do you pick? Do you go all the way on the hards? Because mediums, let's look at the medium tire runners. Damien, where is he? Damien's tires are still in decent shape, but I don't know, man. Do you go mediums? Do you go hards? What do you go with, man?
Well, Driver H has picked the mediums here, so I'm assuming he definitely has the tire management skills to nurse those tires all the way to the end. For the next 22 minutes, he could definitely do that. So, but it's just about now running your own race, not really being phased by the rest of the competition around you.
Yeah. Oh, Brad had a moment. He had a moment in the S's.
And again, here comes Benicio.
And you see, the top two have kind of broken away from everyone else, you know?
It's true.
Panam's lead to the top boys, 8.3 seconds. I mean, just because of that one move at the start of the race, now he's lost a lot of time, you know? And he's driving with damage. 8.5 seconds. You're not catching that up unless they make a mistake. You get me?
It's true. Also, shout out to Roscoe though. Started 10th, he's up to 4th. It's mainly through other drivers' errors, but he's just been consistent. If you look at Icon in front of him, he's got damage, so he's going to be reeling him in as well.
You know what? If you remember last season in the GCOR GT, he did the same thing. You know, Driver H was just so consistent, ended up finishing with it second or third on the podium in the crown jewel. That's what he does best, man. TTV Roscoe. And now, all over Icon, as you said, he's got damage at the front, which is going to hamper his front downforce. Roscoe is feeling kind of hungry here, you know. He's feeling kind of hungry.
It's true. It's only a matter of time before he gets past the Austrian. No mistakes from Icon here.
Brad and Finizio, though, still. Finizio, by the way, fastest first sector of anyone. I think he's found second life in those tires, you know. He's managed to drive those tires through the graining stage, and now they're beginning to put in some serious laps.
I remember here, this is Brad's weak part of the lap. This middle sector, so he's right in a good place to possibly make the move stick.
Yeah, Brad could be in a sticky situation going down the long straight, you know, before the final chicane.
Brad's really pushing like his qualifying in these race conditions.
That's the thing with Brad, man. The way he drives, I admire him so much. How he hits every corner as if it's qualifying. I mean, if you know me, I'm a very safe driver. I'd never do that. Even in qualifying, I barely push the car. But I admire the way he drives, man. It's high risk, high reward, man. High risk, high reward, but it's really going to be hurting his tires. But
his tires actually in better shape than Finizio.
Yeah, exactly. They're actually slightly better shape than Finizio. Maybe that's because Brad, he's been leading for, you know, a lot of the race. So obviously he's not had that dirty air. I don't know. Why do you think that could be?
I don't know really. The battling that he's done with, you know, with Finizio, it should really have hurt his tires more than how much it's hurt his tires. He's been very aggressive. He would push him to the limit in every lap. I don't know, man. Whatever formula he's using is working. It's working well.
Yeah, he's proving me wrong, man.
Oh, he's proving
me wrong. Ooh, touched a little bit of grass, but he gets away with that one. You get away with that one.
But for how long Finizio is there, and again, talk about that long straight after turn 1, he's probably going to be setting up for that.
Let's see this lap from Finizio. It looked quite a good lap, you know, quite fast. There.
Both
Says
of them
it all.
rapid.
Says it all, man. But the thing is, both drivers are within a tenth of each other. Both drivers set their personal best, as we see Panam box. Brad and Finizio once again going at it.
I don't think it's close enough though. He might try it into turn 2 here. Brad definitely knows he's getting close enough.
Defensive.
Here comes Finizio. Does he go around the outside?
Oh, the up and under!
Up and under.
Brad's gonna stay strong. He's gonna stay strong. He's got the inside line. Brad's not gonna let Finizio pull him. They touch!
He touched him too wide and Brad has survived.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to Brad. Fair play to Brad, man. Brilliant defending there.
And somehow Finizio's escaped with no damage.
Yeah, I mean, Finizio's lucky to survive that. Do you think Finizio's gonna be complaining?
I don't know. I mean, he's still got a chance here.
He's gonna send it.
Oh, he thought about it. Close the door.
Finizio learned from Panam.
Oh, he thought about it again.
Yeah, brilliant battling, man. Brilliant battle. What I was gonna say, Finizio learned from Panam. You saw the outside line. There's no grip. That's where all the marbles are. In turn 2, as Brad touches the wall. Finizio now, all he has to do is set him up, ready for the long straight. Set him up. Get a good run. Get a good exit. Perfect. Take that slipstream and send it.
Here comes
I think
Finizio.
now. Oi, if you're Brad, do you box? Do you box now?
It's interesting. It's very. I don't know. I think you wait out for another lap.
Because you can survive on mediums. I mean, wait, hold on. I'll leave this with you, Genius.
Here comes Finizio to the inside. I think that's the move complete. Brad is going to try and challenge him. He's there, but Finizio survives this contact. Oh, Brad has gone off to the grass. They come together once again, and Brad this time way worse. He's got to box. He's got to box.
Yeah.
He's box. Yeah.
What do you think about that incident? Do you think that Finizio is at fault?
But I don't think he did much wrong. I don't think he did much wrong.
He lost the rear end.
He lost the rear end, but he respected him. He respected him again. He gave him the inside, and then he just lost the rear end and goes into the side of him. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think after the race we're going to have to go through it, you know. Go through it on, you know, the replay section.
Yeah.
Different angles. Finizio said it's his bad, to be fair, on the team radio. He's admitted to...
he accepts the blame.
Do you think a penalty will be coming his way? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know,
it's a tough one, man.
It's not killed Brad's race, that's the thing. If anything, it just forced him into let's box now and enforce the undercut situation. It's
definitely advantage Finizio with that. I'm gonna say that for sure, because now Brad's gonna box. Finizio can box a lap later, right? He can box a lap later and survive the undercut, because the gap was, what was it, 4 seconds?
Somewhere like that, yeah.
He lost quite a bit of time, man.
But Brad's gone to the soft tyre. That's interesting.
Brad's gone to the softs.
That's very interesting. He's still got over half the race to go, and he's tried the soft tyre. I think...
Does that mean it's a two-stop, no?
I don't know if he's two-stopping. I'm thinking what he's thinking is, based off of the previous stint, he's done battling with Finizio and the top runners, and his tyres still look quite good. So I feel like he's going to be on his own here for a lot of this period now. That surely he could just run his own race, focus on tyre management, and then slowly reel Finizio back in, and without really doing much harm to his tyres, so he can still have enough fight for the end. We're going to see what Finizio does in a second, then I think he's going to have to respond.
But now, Brad's managed to lose quite a bit of time to Panorama. I mean, the gap was 8 seconds. Gap now, 3.7, 3.6. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brad's on the fresher soft tyre compared to Panam's old mediums, but I think that needs to be said. You know, he lost quite a bit of time, and Finizio's got that buffer because of that little incident with Brad. He's got that little buffer of 1 or 2, maybe even 3 laps until he can pit. Because of that, you know, Roscoe's in, Icon likewise, Interceptor too. They're all in.
Let's see.
Do you go softs or mediums? I mean, if Brad goes softs, I'm thinking I'll go soft as well. You know,
it's true. No, it's true. It's about responding to Brad as well, because now these guys are possibly racing him too. But with these guys now, these pit crews have to put in a shift, because whoever comes out first, that's going to be a big advantage to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see, Roscoe is out. Roscoe's out. So Roscoe is leading that pack.
He didn't put much fuel then. He didn't put much fuel.
It's going to be fuel saving.
Yeah.
But he's got a sizable advantage, around 6 seconds.
Yeah, I think what Roscoe's thinking, you know, we'll deal with the fuel issue a bit later when we can start, you know, fuel saving, turn down the engine modes, you know, maybe use a little bit of EM4, EM5, you know, through the S's, then back into EM1, EM2, down the long straight, no?
Yeah, and crucially, everyone on the soft tyre as well, so they must have seen what Brad had done, and said, we need to respond in kind to keep him behind us.
And you know what? I think this is important. Brad's come out behind... Whoa, Roscoe, Icon, and Interceptor have all come out ahead of Brad. I think that's very, very good information for Finizio.
Exactly. You know? There's more for him to do now, more wear on his tyres, and just more time he's going to lose battling to these guys. So Finizio is going to have a lot of time now. He can just stay out. But those tyres are not looking good, so he's going to have to pit soon. I'm assuming the next lap, if not this lap, the next lap after that.
But Genius, have you realised something?
What's going on?
It's nighttime. It's nighttime now.
It is nighttime.
I mean, the people at home, they won't know how tricky it is driving in this, you know, time of night. I know you've got the car lights, but that's all you have through the middle sector especially. That's all you have. It's going to be so hard. How much do you want to risk? Because you're literally driving through the abyss. That's it.
So Finizio has gone into the pits then.
Soft tyres, most definitely.
Let's see.
But you know, with Brad, I think that was quite a late decision to go onto softs. Do you know why?
Why?
The reason I say that, I think he was actually planning on going onto the mediums. Obviously that contact with Brad happened. Then I think he's thinking, let me try and make up some time. you know, putting in some strong laps on the soft tires, then we'll deal with all the tire wear towards the end of the race. You get me?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. But let's see if that works out for him in the long run. He's got work to do. But
it's not worked yet. He's gonna have to get past Inceptor, Icon, and Roscope. Talking about Roscope.
Roscope is
He's
just
come out
behind
very
Finizio.
close. Yeah, I mean Finizio, he's played his cards quite well, I think. You know, he's on what 2-3 laps fresher tires than Roscope, and he's still leading the race. But with that said, Roscope's going to be applying mad pressure to Finizio now.
The man who started 10th position, he's not really had a sniff of the lead all day. So you know, when you're in those kind of situations and you see the leader in front of you, you're going to be thinking, let me start making those moves. Look at him, he's really closing the gap to Finizio. He's right there. But in the dead of night,
they touch as well.
Oh my goodness gracious! In
And
the
the thing
dead of
is,
night, though, man.
Can I interrupt you quickly?
Go ahead.
What I found out about Roscope, I feel like when it's night, he drives better. You know, I remember last season in the GCOR GT2 series. When it became nighttime, this guy was putting in faster slap after faster slap. I was struggling to keep up, and there he was. That's how he managed to finish on the podium, isn't it? Last season in
That's
GCOR.
true.
When it becomes night, and I don't know, maybe something to do with the track temperature, him finding more grip in the cooler conditions. But no, most definitely, when it becomes night, as we can see, he becomes a different beast. And fair play to Roscope, because he's been quite under the radar, not only this race, but this whole weekend. You know, in qualifying, he didn't even make it into Q2. So for him to be in this situation where he's got the chance for a race victory, I think we need to, you know, take off our hats and applaud him for that.
We need to, but he can still go one better here. Roscope, a real nocturnal driver. Loves the night time. And look at the pressure he's applying. He's right behind Finizio now. He's making this move. Finizio was defending, but Roscope, he thinks ahead. I'm saying possibly after turn 1 is concluded, down that straight, he's going to make the move then.
I think he's thinking about turn 2, you know. I think he's thinking about turn 2. Oh, maybe not! Maybe not! Oh!
He's sending a message to Finizio there. I'm there. Whenever you leave the gap open, I'm going to take it, or I'll at least think about it. So now Roscoe's got to set it up. And the same vein as well.
He didn't get a good exit though. He didn't get the best of exits, TT Roscoe.
Icon and Interceptor also doing battle for third, but to be fair, Icon has pulled a decent gap.
Yeah, further back, you see Brad. I mean, he's driving in no man's land right now. 4.3 behind Inceptor and 5 seconds ahead of Panam. I mean, his race was really messed up. Driver H as well. Another driver who's going to be kicking himself, and his tires not looking in the best of condition as well right now. Yeah, that's what I can say really.
This is how it is at night time. Nighttime is a lonely drive sometimes. When the daylight settles, that's when you really see who the winners and the losers are. Will we see daylight at the end of this race? I don't think we will, but I don't know, man. This nighttime is really going to test the senses of all these drivers. Roscoe is clearly the best adapted thus far. He set the fastest.
I mean, it's fastest lap. That's unheard of. Fastest lap at night time is unheard of, man. Track temp's gone down. Visibility's gone down. This guy's a maniac, man.
His ability don't seem to have gone down at all. It's like it's increased.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. This guy's fast. But let's not forget, he didn't put much fuel. So towards the end of the race, he might be fuel saving. It might be now or never for TTV Roscoe.
I don't see him getting closer to Finizio though. He might have to just settle for second here and just focus on the fuel saving.
I think Finizio's pulled up a good lap as well, to be honest.
Both these guys looking at fastest lap potentially.
I don't know about you, but it looks like Roscoe's struggling a little bit through that corner in terms of traction.
Yeah, I saw it as well. Could be a sign of, you know, the form. The attributes were buffed temporarily. He's still got a chance though.
It's still there though. Let's see. Finizio. Fair enough. Fair enough, Finizio. I wasn't familiar with your game. Oh, as I say that, he has a little moment. He had a little moment there, Finizio. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw it. Roscoe kind of followed it, but it's not going to be. It's not going to really warrant any kind of fear for Finizio. He's still got a good gap behind him. Roscoe again though, fastest in the first sector. So Roscoe again showing his pace.
Nighttime, that's when the lions come out, man. That's when the animals really come out to play, you get me?
Literally.
Jeez, we see who's bravest, you know, who's willing to potentially even risk their life just to up one more position, you know. And fair enough to Finizio, he's managed to see Roscoe's game, and he's elevated his own game, you know. He's driving better than when it was, you know, when there was sunlight.
Yeah. It's just a push straight into the unknown here. You don't know what's going to meet you at corner exit, the wall, the grass. Are you still going to be on the track? Is your race still going to be on?
Mate, you know, at night time, that's when the animals come out, especially here, Australia, man. You'll be seeing some snake across the track at this time, bro. Jeez.
Snakes.
Oh, he touches the wall, though. He touches the wall, Roscoe.
Oh, it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him, but nevertheless, this is a good drive from him.
The inland taipan. The inland taipan, the one snake.
The inland taipan.
I think that lives there. I think it lives in Australia, man.
Oh, some terrible animals live in Australia, man. This is the
God,
thing. If you hit the wall,
place.
you're putting yourself at risk of alligators.
Bro, them kangaroos are strong as well, bro. Them kangaroos are strong.
Man, one punch is over. I can't do like Mike Tyson, man.
Now, Australia's a scary country when it comes to animals, man. It's beautiful, though. Beautiful country.
The scenery this circuit is mad, but just stay on the track. Stay on the track.
Yeah, I mean, I think Roscoe's made a slight error there. I mean, Vinicius, he's mashing fast as that after fast as that, man. I mean, I think, you know what it is as well? I think it's the tyres. Remember, Roscoe pitted 2 or 3 laps after Finizio. I think you're beginning to see the effects now, because it's a long trap. 2 or 3 laps might not sound very long, but around this circuit, this very long circuit, it's a long time, you know. As I said before, that's why the undercut is so strong. When Finizio came out, gap between himself and Roscoe was less than half a second, or around half a second.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. But it's falling away from Roscoe, but at the same time, I think he now needs to worry about Icon, Interceptor behind him. Because these guys, Interceptor is really, he's trying to get close to Icon, but as he's doing that, Icon is pushing and getting faster. He set a 2:03.9 last lap, did the Austrian, and Interceptor's body covered a 2:04.3. They're both going fast. Roscoe's last lap was a 2:04.6, so he's slower than the team behind him.
Last lap, I think Icon was second fastest driver apart from Finizio, you know.
Yeah.
He's been fast, you know, and I don't know, it's going to be a good end. Roscoe's now beginning to lose some time to Icon. As I said, I think it's the time, but no, didn't Roscoe pit same time as Icon?
Yeah, they pit at the same time, but Roscoe's been pushing. He's been pushing and it's coming back to bite him.
Because Icon's tyres are in better conditions compared to, you know, compared to the Brit.
Exactly. Icon's tyres are in good shape. Interceptor's tyres are a little bit worse for wear, but if he stays behind Icon following his way, if he can, obviously with the light, it's not that strong, but if you could reel him in a bit more, he could use him as a reference and just help him along.
Yeah, no, most definitely, man, most definitely. And the thing is, with Icon and Interceptor battling, you know, that brings Brad into the game as well.
Exactly.
2.5 seconds, I mean,
anybody can be on the podium at this point.
Not long left of the race now. I mean, 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to be precise. I mean, that's on, like two laps to go, isn't it?
More or less, but so the pressure is on now for Icon. Interceptor's closer than he's been in a while.
Icon had a bad lap that time.
He didn't have a good lap at all. He was 3/10 slower than Interceptor. Then again, down the straight though, he seems to have something working.
He was 8/10 slower than his previous lap too.
Icon got a better exit though, so Interceptor's not going to have any chance to attack into turn 2. He's got to wait till the next long straight comes.
You know, the best thing for Roscoe is if Icon and Interceptor start fighting. You know, because with Roscoe's tyres, and remember I said he's going to have to save fuel, although I'm looking at his fuel gauge right now, it's looking quite good, so maybe he was saving fuel like this whole time. That's why Finizio's managed to build a gap of 6 seconds, you know?
Oh yeah, of course.
So maybe he's been saving fuel. It makes sense, to be honest, and it's a sensible thing to do. As I said, he only had probably 1 or 2 laps to try and overtake Finizio for the lead. But with that said, don't take anything away from this amazing drive from TGV Roscoe. I mean, from P10 to potentially P2, touch wood, you know, commentator's curse.
Yeah.
It's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. Oh, Icon's hit the wall!
Interceptor's there. This is what I'm saying. He needs to set it up now. Interceptor, don't make the move now. Wait until You get out of this next corner and set it up.
Look at the lines.
Wider line.
He's hungry. He's hungry. He's touched the wall himself though.
Oh, but has he lost? He's lost a bit. He's lost a bit.
He's lost a bit of time now on the run.
He might be able to still do something though. Even if it's not physically overtake, it's about psychologically affecting Icon. Because he's still got one more lap, maybe even two.
He's gaining, man. He's gaining. Would you send it? Would you send it?
I wouldn't send it now, but I'm just letting him know I'm there. And that's what Inceptor's doing. He's letting him know I'm right there. Oh, is that? Oh no! Icon's jammed.
Big
and
one.
Brad is going to go through.
Brad is there as well. Oh,
there goes Brad.
That was dangerous.
Oh,
that was dangerous.
Gosh.
Did you see the thing flew in Brad's face? The brake marker.
Literally.
It flew in Brad's face.
Nearly affecting him as well. But that's what I said.
Man.
Interceptor, he played the mental game there, letting Icon know that he's there, and Icon just fumbled under the pressure onto the grass, and just like that, podium gone.
Man, yeah, you said it. That's the thing. You literally said it, man. You said it, and it happened. I mean, wow. Sometimes I'm surprised how you're not GCOR World Champion, man.
I know. Sometimes I surprise myself, man. But this is the thing: if you can't overtake a driver on track, you overtake them mentally.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what Interceptor's done. It's textbook.
You said it before the race, in terms of mistakes as well. You said it before the race.
Psychological game. Sometimes at this track, it's not about overtaking. It's just about baiting others into mistakes, and that's a classic example of that there. So anyone racing in Bathurst in the future, use that as an example.
Yeah.
That might be how Interceptor wins the podium here today.
I mean, in terms of the championship, what do you think? I mean, obviously Panam and Driver are not having their best weekends. Any thoughts?
I mean, no one in the top 5 has finished in the top 5 here. Actually, no. To be fair, Icon has. So Icon finishing 5th. He's ahead of Panam and Driver H, but I don't think he's close enough to really.
Oh, Roscoe's got a penalty, by the way.
Oh,
look at Roscoe. He's gonna lose P2.
Gonna lose P2. Might lose.
What happened to Roscoe? I think he made a mistake.
He must have made a mistake somewhere and just hit the wall, and then obviously track limits. Is Brad? Brad might be close enough to do something here, and I think they're gonna get another chance. They're gonna get one more lap. Oh, Brad is there.
He's got him.
No, and it's all gone. It's all gone left for Roscoe. Does he have the tires? Does he have the fuel? Does he have the pace?
Just like that, Interceptor's gone from P4 to P2 without doing anything. Roscoe's under pressure from Icon. Icon's got him as well.
Roscoe's back on the inside.
He's got him.
Icon's done it.
He's got him.
It's all gone left for Roscoe.
That's a shame, man. I mean, he's my driver of the day. Who's your driver of the day?
I have to say, I don't know actually. I have to say it's between Roscoe and I guess Interceptor as well.
Yeah, Interceptor drove brilliantly, to be honest.
Especially towards the latter stages of the race. He was absolutely
very
superb.
Wise. Very, very mature drive from Interceptor. I mean, what he managed to do to Icon, I think that was box office, really. You know?
Literally.
It was Icon, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyways, the race is finished for Driver H.
Driver H, 7th place. Jocas in 8th place. But the top 6 still finishing off their laps. Finizio have been unchallenged in these last couple of laps. It was a bit of a fight with him and Brad earlier on, but he was the one to survive.
Do you think he's going to be under investigation after the race? I mean, surely the penalty can't be that big if so, because gap is 9.1 to P2. Surely 5 seconds max.
He could be potentially, but I don't see it, as you said, I don't see it affecting the race result. I think he'll still take the victory here. But Finizio, you've got to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
He has put in a stellar performance.
Brilliant from Finizio, man. I mean, I think he's going to definitely be partying this Grand Prix win for quite a while, you know. He's driven brilliantly. Obviously, there was a little bit of controversy with Brad towards the start of the race, but take nothing away from this drive. I mean, even that pressure from TG Roscoe, and Roscoe is known for being lethal, you know, when the lights are off.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think
he's done well. He's done well.
Absolutely brilliant from Finizio. It's going to be his 2nd podium of the season. But this time it's on the top step. Finizio, last corner, he rounds it, and he just survived here. Half an hour of Bathurst, and across the line, Finizio is going to take victory.
What a drive. What a drive, man.
What a drive from the Italian. Interceptor of all people is going to come and take second place.
What a
I don't
drive
think
from
he
him
was
as well, man.
expecting that at all.
Yeah.
And he's elated. Look at that. As he reached from side to side. Brad takes third. He's recovered well.
Fair play to him. Fair play to Brad. Good recovery, I think. It could have been so much worse. Could have been so much worse. I mean, at one stage he was running, was it P6, P7?
Exactly. To recover and finish third, that's a testament to not only his ability, but the nature of Bathurst. Again, mistakes can just change the outcome of the race, and that's exactly what's happened here. Finizio, though, was the most consistent.
And there's something I want to say as well. I think Panam, he had a nice little touch, you know, racing for Antoine Hubert and Jules Bianchi, who we obviously sadly lost. Jules Bianchi 10 years ago and Antoine Hubert in 2019, so that's a nice touch from Panam, you know.
It's a very nice touch. It's a very, very nice touch.
I mean, what a race! What a race, man! What a race! I mean, do you want to go and analyze that contact with Brad on the replay?
I think we should, but before we do that, let's have a quick look at the finishing order. Obviously, Finizio taking victory, Interceptor second, followed by Brad, Icon in fourth, Panam, Rawscope, Driver H, Jokos in eighth, Bally ninth, Mac 10th, Chubby from Damien, then Andreo, and Monaco in 14th position. So yeah, great race once again. This is what the Porsche Cup is all about. It's the skill.
Now that was good, man. That was brilliant.
That was a brilliant race. So what are we saying then? Driver of the day. Who are we saying?
I mean, me personally, I'm gonna say, do I go Rawscope? Do I go Interceptor, man? I mean, where did Interceptor start? I don't remember.
I can't remember either. Let me go back in the live, see what happened there. Where he started.
Whilst you do that, I'll be looking for the incident between Brad and Interceptor, you know.
I'm also gonna save the replay.
Yeah, save the replay, yeah. Now that was a brilliant race, man. I think it was great entertainment.
It was top stuff. So
what's next, man? Do you know what's next?
What's next on the calendar?
Yeah.
We've got Interlagos next up.
Interlagos, man. I love that place, man.
3 rounds remaining.
Won 4 of my 5 championships there, man. Let's go.
A little race interview, of course. You've got Interceptor in the building.
Oh, Interceptor,
what's going on?
Oh god, wait, Jesus, what a race.
What a race.
What a drive from you, man. Those last 2 laps, you were crazy, man.
I know,
You saw that.
I genuinely felt really bad for Brad though.
Yeah,
coming into the last few laps he was gaining on me, but he lost control or something and went into the grass.
Ooh. So you
That's
think
what
that
we're saying
stopped
over
him?
commentary. That's
So
what
you
we're
think that
saying over
stopped him
commentary with
from?
mistakes.
You think that stopped him from possibly overtaking you?
I really felt like that stopped him getting second.
Oh, you thought he would have got second? Okay. It's interesting.
Fair enough, man.
Talk about the when you got past Icon. What was going through your mind there when you were trying to get past him? Obviously, he went over to the grass.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind then?
For the past few laps, like you were saying in the interview, I was playing a mind game. I was trying to slowly break him down. Coming into a few corners, I was faking going into the inside, which caused him to keep on going wide and keep on over-scrubbing the tyres. And obviously, I obviously just broke his mind coming into that corner and he went wide, and I was like, yes, I finally got past him. And obviously, Panorama is an incredibly tight circuit, as you know.
So you just played the mind games on him and he just faltered. I see that.
I have a question. I have a question for Inceptor.
Yeah.
How tricky is it driving in like at night where you can't see anything or you have your car headlights? Like some people don't understand how hard that is. Would you like to explain?
Personally, for me, I don't really find it that difficult. I mean, like you say, when you're in the dark, you really need to have some confidence going into it. But personally, for me, I don't really need to find that. Coming through the last, well, when it was turning night, I was like, oh, I can finally get on my playing field because I'm incredibly good in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's quite hard to explain racing in the dark because everyone else around you doesn't know you're there. That's the one thing that is racing in the dark is hard about. You don't know if you don't know if the driver in front or behind doesn't know you're there or not there.
No, I understand that. I mean, when I was racing Gran Turismo last season, I was struggling so much at night time, you know. I mean, the only thing that kept me running with other drivers was having the lights from the car ahead, you know. As soon as the other car went, I was cooked. So maybe I wasn't blessed with good eyes. I need to eat more carrots, maybe.
Wow.
Do you have any other questions you'd want to ask me before you go into the next person to interview, or?
We're currently looking for the next person to interview, actually.
Alright, let me think. Oh yeah, alright. So Interlagos next. How's the feeling, man? Obviously, a good P2 here. Do you think you can replicate that at Interlagos?
Possibly. I had
very different tracks.
I had some drive from Mount Panorama this time round, but I'm decently good at Interlagos. Last time in WEC, I nearly got the win. And it should be quite an interesting battle, I will say that.
Guess
But
there's
yes,
only one way to find out.
I definitely think I'll be able to replicate it.
Yeah. Alright, that's cool. Any more questions, Genius?
Nah, not from me, but great drive, man. Great drive.
Yeah, brilliant, man.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Anyway, thanks for having me.
Nah,
Bye,
Yeah,
bye.
man, we'll see you next week.
See you
We'll
next
see you at
week, bro.
Interlagos, brother. Alright.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What a drive. Let's see.
The incident between Finizio and Brad.
Yeah, let's rewatch that.
It's all very clean. Do it like step by step. It's all very, very clean. And then obviously Finizio loses the rear end, and yeah, Brad's on the receiving end of that. All right. Have you seen it, Genius? The incident.
Just loading up now.
It's just loading. Yeah, nah. It's very clean. Very, very clean until obviously Finizio trying to get back on power. It's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
This is probably the best this race could have turned out, to be fair.
Yeah, no, for real.
'Cause,
I mean, if you're looking for the time, it's 12 minutes and 30 seconds.
12 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, I've got the actual. I've got the actual replay.
Is it?
Yeah,
Nice. Because the two drivers actually left each other a lot of room. I mean, Finizio going into the chicane, they don't even touch. Brad touches he clips the apex, but Finizio is just getting back on power, loses that rear end, and then sideswipes him, type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
He apologized over the team radio as well, so fair enough to the Italian. It'd be very harsh to remove him of his race victory for this. As I said, probably a 5-second penalty at most.
Here we go. So we're seeing the incident live now. We'll see Finizio now coming to the inside. Look at it from the chase cam. He's respected him. Yeah, there's not really much that could have been done there, if I'm honest. I believe that was a racing incident there. To be honest, there wasn't really much that Brad could have done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I'm Brad, I understand why I'd be frustrated. You know, I'd be frustrated too. They did the bleep machine for me. You know, censor out all the words I'd be saying. But at the end of the day, I guess that's just racing.
Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Nothing Brad could have done. I mean, I wouldn't say his race was ruined because he still managed to have a brilliant drive back to the podium.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting to see what he says, you know, if we could, you know, get a minute with him. But, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is.
This is the thing with racing, though. When it comes to racing like this, you've got to just keep your head down and focus, because incidents like that, it's not really a race-ending incident, so you can still pull it back. And you saw Brad pull it back. He just kept his head down. He charged to the game, continued going, and obviously gets himself back onto the podium. So he still manages to come home with something. He was expecting a lot more, but you know, you've got to take your W's where you can, and that's exactly what he's done.
I think Brad did very well in that situation. Many drivers would crumble, you know, many drivers would lose their heads, start yelling, screaming, they'd start doing silly moves, causing havoc, start pushing the car harder, you know, hitting the walls of Bathurst. But he stayed level-headed, he didn't say anything, you know, he accepted the situation he was in, and he brought it home to a P3, which is still, you know, a podium, still brilliant drive, you know, still brilliant drive. I mean, behind Interceptor and TG Roscoe, I'd say Brad was another shout for driver of the day, you know?
100%. And this race has just proven that the game is as much mental as it is physical, in numerous ways. When you start losing your head, you know, you start losing your pace, you start losing your ability, your attributes go down. When you start using your head properly, when you start thinking mentally, you start driving mentally, thinking of the long term, because this was a long race.
Yeah,
it was a race of attrition. You have to think of the long term in these situations, and this is that's how you get onto the podium, that's how you get the victory. And you know, the top three, they really proved it today. They were thinking long term, and they performed in the long term as well.
Yeah. I mean, you've said it perfectly, man. You said it perfectly.
It's a lesson for us all, man.
Alright. Is there anyone else we're going to, or is that the end of the stream?
I believe that's the end. I'll ask one more time if you've got any more.
Any more drivers you want to speak to us? We don't bite. Interlagos next, though. I have a feeling that some of these guys, you know, they're going to be trying to bounce back, especially the two drivers, you know, fighting for the championship, Driver H and Panam. You know, it wasn't their best weekend. Far from. Driver H, to be fair, was very, very unfortunate with that incident. You remember that incident in the middle sector? Nothing he could have done about it, and then received damage. And then Panam, I think Panam will learn. And to be honest, if there's any race for Panam to make that mistake of trying to go around the outside and it not working, I mean, it may work another time, you know. But this time in particular, so early, I think it was this race, because Driver H also did poorly as well. If Driver H had won, then maybe it would be another story, you know. He'd be kicking himself, you know. He wouldn't be able to go to sleep because Driver H would have won and he would have finished P6 or something like that, you know, P6, P7.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact that Driver H actually finished behind him, I think that's gonna, you know, kind of cheer him up, and it's giving him like a lifeline, you know. It's you know, those. Let's say you mess up, right?
Yeah.
Or then you get away with it. That's what's happened. He's managed to get away with it today. Obviously, it's not ideal, the situation, but he's still leading the championship and he still beat Driver H. So
that's the thing. That's the thing. Well, no more interviews, I don't think.
No more interviews. All right.
We've got still the future of WC/GCOR. It looks very bright at the moment. We've seen the new the new Season 3 project had just been launched. The calendar just dropped for WEC multi-class, and expect the GCOR GT Elite Series to follow in kind very soon as that gets launched up, prepared for mid-July. So make sure you're there for mid-July. We're going to be ready to rumble. I can't wait, man.
What cars, man? Exciting. Tell them. What cars?
So obviously, GCOR GT Elite Series. If you remember GCOR GT back in the day, used to run obviously Group 3 cars. The Porsche was one of them. piloted by yours truly, and also Chacona's next to me as well. That was back in the day, but in the GT Elite Series, we're changing up. We're going to Group 2 machinery. That means the Lexus, the Nissan, and the Honda NSX. Rumours of the Audi also being included, but that's not been confirmed just yet. But all will be confirmed in a few moments' time, coming days. And, you know, it's just looking exciting, man. It's looking exciting to see more racing on the channel, to see more, you know, more side-by-side action. That's some brilliant tracks, some brilliant cars, and I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it at all.
Yeah, man. I mean, GT2 cars, we're going to be upgrading. We're going to be going even faster. I mean, you already know next season there's going to be many lap records, probably at every track, you know, unless there's rain or something being sent. So, yeah, next season should be good. But with faster cars comes, you know, better battles. With better battles comes, you know, potential of more incidents at high speed, which means potentially more safety cars and red flags, you know. So hopefully more action to come. Drivers are really going to have to, like, alright, this season's big. But I think what some drivers could do, especially towards the back of the grid, maybe start learning the GT2 cars now, so that once the step has been made to the GT2 cars, they've already got, you know, that little advantage, you know. They've got that extra bit of experience, you know.
It's true. With the new rules change, with the new cars, it brings a chance to be the defining figures of the new era of competition we've seen back in the day in GCOR GT. The 3 seasons, we saw those drivers that really defined the series. Obviously, you got Chaconas alongside me, Lightning, Driver H. These kind of drivers, they were the ones where when they're on the track, you knew that they're coming to win these races. They're not coming for like participation. They're coming there to win, and that was the important thing. And with you, when you're ready for a series like, you know, for a car like Group 2, it just shows that, you know, you're ready to play. You're ready to win these races and go fast and innovate. Something completely new that not many drivers have been in these kind of cars before. So it's going to be an opportunity to really be the #1 and the first to ever do it. So who's going to be that driver? We'll find out soon. I mean,
don't forget, there may also be the nitrous, isn't it? The overtake button.
That's true.
That may be a shout. So in terms of strategy, in terms of, you know, overtaking, that's going to be even better. So we'll have to see what happens, really.
Let's see then. Did we get anything else? I don't think we did.
Yeah, that was it.
So I'm assuming, yeah, that's gonna end it for the stream today. Brilliant stream, man. I'm delighted. Yeah. I'm extremely grateful to have Chaconas beside me.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a great race, and we'll see you next week at Interlagos. In a bit, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.